Are you starting out with editing videos on your smartphone and you do not know which app you would use to edit your videos? Well, I'm going to take you through editing using Kinemaster. It's an app that we use mostly for our stories at Mobile Journalism Africa, and it's an easy to use tool. I'm going to take you through editing, all the basics of editing, like step by step, what you do, how you do it, and to the final product, which is your video. So here we go. So Kinemaster essentially is like your Premiere Pro. If you've been editing videos on your PC, then it's like your Premiere Pro on mobile. That's how I like to look at it. So once you open Kinemaster like that, then you would this side of the screen, yeah, would like fill the screen. You're seeing these videos because these are the projects I've been working on at the moment. So if you want to start editing, then you want to click on this plus sign. So you click on this plus sign, and then it brings you this other interface where you're supposed to select the aspect ratio of your project. So if you've shot on landscape, then you'll select 16:9. If you shot on portrait, then 9:16. And then if you shot on landscape and you want to edit for Instagram, then you want to select ratio 1:1. Yeah, this is square for IG. So for instance, the videos that I have, I mostly do like either portrait or landscape, depending on where I want to put that footage, where I want to upload. So right now I'm going to edit videos that I've shot on landscape. And I think one thing to really remember in this instance is when you're shooting and you know that you're going to, let's say, upload that content on YouTube, for instance, then you want to maintain ratio 16:9. You shoot on landscape, all your videos, avoid the temptation to mix those two aspect ratios, or yeah, so don't shoot like one clip you're shooting on landscape, the other one you're shooting on portrait, because it'll disturb you when you're editing. Okay, so just choose one orientation and stick to it from start to end. So I'm going to go to with ratio 16:9. Then okay, I don't know why that did happen. So this is the timeline and how it looks. Here on media is where you like click to import your footage. So I'll go to media, and then I'll look for that folder which has the videos I want to use. So I'll click to open camera. Open camera is the app that we use to shoot, and we'll do another tutorial later on how to use that application to shoot and why it's better than your camera, like the camera that you have on your phone. So once you get to the videos that you want, which in this case, these are my videos. They're videos of Nairobi's skyline. So what I'll do is just select. What you do is you just tap on the video and it comes to your timeline. Okay, so like for instance, I'll tap on that one, then it comes down to the timeline. Tap on another one, tap on this one, this one, this one, and that one. So that makes around about 1 minute. So yeah, you have your videos, and actually what you can do is you can play, you can preview, you can actually preview your footage. And then if the arrangement of your footage is not in the order that you want, then you can always long hold and then just drag. It's as easy as that. So you take it to wherever you want it to be on the timeline. And then so now we are going to start with just looking at the what we have here. So on the right here, things that you can do to add to your video, they are just tools. So you can actually add a voiceover. You can add a voiceover to your footage. but I'd prefer that you pre-record the voiceover. If you really need to use a voiceover, then pre-record that voiceover, and then import it to the project here via this icon. So you click on audio, then if you had recorded, then you just go to recorded, and then you bring it here. That would be better. The other thing is this icon here on layer. So if you click on layer, it gives you very many options. So if you want to add text, if you want to add any effect on your videos, if you want to add that cutaway, then you can just click on media. But we are going to look at how that is done in a bit. So if you want to now edit, like cut out the parts that you do not want, then what you do is just tap on the video, whichever video it is on the timeline that you still want to kind of reduce. Then you can always drag and, in places where you have audio, you want to listen to what is being said there. So I'd advise you do that with your earphones on. So at this point, for instance, I want to remove this, the part in front of this cursor. So what I'll do is just click on the scissor sign up there and then trim to the right, because I do not want this part. Yeah, so what I'll do is trim to the right of playhead and then just accept all those changes. So this sign here, the tick on the right there, is like your save button for any action that you've taken on the timeline. Okay, so you click on save. You go about that in all the clips to ensure that all of them are in the order that you want them to be, or you are like you've removed all the parts that you do not want. So this one I want to remove the left part, so I'll just go there and trim to the left. Okay, and also just try and cut out that bit. Then on this other one, I want it to start from this side. Yes, left panning to right, so I'll trim to the left and then take it all the way. I do not want to see that bug in the frame. Trim to the right, and then on this other one as well, happy with that to that particular point. And remember guys, I'm just using this as an example. In footages that you have sound on them, you want to just be keen and listen to it first before you trim, so that you do not get you just get what you need. Yeah. So if you want to remove, if like you've imported to like a similar file twice, then you just tap on the video and click on the delete button on the left, and it just disappears that way. So I also want to remove this, it disappears that way. So I have exactly 30 seconds of clean footage. Remember, there are more options that you can apply on these videos. So if for instance you want to change, you want to adjust the color, you want to adjust the brightness or contrast, saturate a little bit, or just generally color correct, and then you can actually do that. So you just tap on the video, and all these are tools that you can use. All these are tools that you can use on each specific video. So for instance, I want to do adjustment here. Let's say pump up brightness, for instance, just as an example. But I'm okay with the way it is at the moment, so I'll leave that at 0. And then I'll come and look at the other options, like gamma correction, but I'm also okay. So there are different options here. You can increase temperature, the vibrance, saturation, the contrast, and all that. So for instance, if I increase saturation, I want to see more of the green, so I'll have that at 10, and increase the vibrance to at least about 5. Yeah, and you want to do that on all your files so that there is uniformity. If you've decided you're going to increase that, so saturation was at 10, so just drag that around and you have your you will have the effect that you want. And this applies for any of the videos you want. Those guys who do really cinematic videos, you want to make use of these options. Yeah, you want to make use of these tools to realize the best out of the different shots that you have. So for me, that's about it. Okay, so I have that and I play it. Do I like it? I think I do. So there are more and more options if you want to edit, like change the speed. So if you want to like speed it up or slow it down, then you can do that on this meter here. But I like, if I am going to use like a slow-mo, for instance, then I'd rather shoot a slow-mo, okay? Or if I want to do a time-lapse, then I'll shoot a time-lapse instead of coming to try and alter the speed on the timeline, because then that has its effects. So the other thing that you want to look at is adding the cutaways, for instance. So in my case, I want to bring in a shot of that dam or that water body at Uhuru Park. So I'll click on layer, click on media, go back to that folder, okay, and then I'll bring in that shot from Uhuru Park, for instance. So this one. So once you bring it up, it will not like appear on screen fully, so it'll be that way. So how to change that is click on this icon and then you can make it full screen. If you want to do like a split screen, for instance, depending on what you're shooting, or I mean what you're editing and what you want to show, then you can actually just like put that on either side, or just something like that. And of course you can always drag that to whatever side you want, even the video itself inside, but I want to have that on full. And the thing that you want to do with the layers, the video layers that you add, yeah, the cutaways, is the first thing you want to do is kill the sound, or just mute the sound on the video layer, so that it does not disrupt the audio you have on the main video. Okay, so I want it to just appear a little, so I'll cut around this place as well, so trim to the right, so that I have that short video. And also on this video as well, you can edit, you can adjust the color, the brightness, and generally how it looks, so do not feel disadvantaged if you have to add that video. So that is it. Am I happy with that? A little, but I'll leave it at that. So you can actually add as many of these layers, the cutaways, whatever you want. Yeah, the other thing that's also basic is you can add transitions onto your videos. So where there are these plus signs, that's where you can add your transitions. Let's look at what transitions are there. There are different options, and these ones I've downloaded because I have like a premium account, but there are those ones that are available on free, so you can actually just select whichever you want. And for me though, I kind of don't like using transitions, so I'd think about transitions when I'm shooting, so that I know how to pan the camera. So if I've panned left on the other video, I'll start also with panning left, so that then connects. Yeah, so that's it about transitions. But also I use layers. So like this video, I use layers, so other cutaways, to just cover that place where I am supposed to put transitions. So I just use other videos in other instances, so that we do not see the jump cut. Okay, now we are going to add text. We're going to add text to our video. So Nairobi skyline, for instance. And the good thing again with text is you can actually move that to any part of the screen that you want, and then you can change the fonts. So click on that and you can go about selecting whatever font that you want. So let's use Lindell Hill for instance, and you can increase the size of your text by just tapping at this icon at the bottom, and just increase that to whatever size, and you can move it. So I like to put it here at the bottom there. And as well, you can change the color of your text. So click on that icon and you can actually just change that however you want. Okay, but for me, I'll use, and you can change the opacity. Yeah, I'm going to use white for now. If you want to add, there are different things. So here you can edit the in animation for the text, and by that I mean that how the text is going to appear on screen. So I like either letter by letter or converge. So I'll use converge, and you can actually just like increase or just play with the speed with which that text appears. So I'll go to about 2. Okay, and then I'll go back and see how, whether I'm going to add like a background. So you just click on that. You can actually have it like a full width background, but in this case I'll just do with that, and you can actually change as well the opacity of that background. So you see it's just pitch black right now, so I'm just something over there that enables the text to be visible, and I of course save changes. If I want to extend this text to, let's say, all the video, then I'll just do that. Okay, Nairobi skyline, so that when you play, that's what happens. Yes, so because I want to add in this video, I'm going to add like a background music. So I do not want the sound in these main videos, so I'll just go to that and kill the sound in all of them. Then I'll show you how we are going to import music. And in this instance, this app has stock music that is royalty free. So what you do is just actually download them from the store, the Kinemaster store. And even for those people who are using like a free account on the app, then you can actually just there are few songs, yeah, or just background music that you can download for free, so don't be worried. So I'm going to add like background music. So we've seen how to add text, yeah. So whichever text, even if you want to add like lower thirds, names of people you're interviewing and things like that, then you can actually just go about it that way. I'm going to add music, so you just click on audio, go to music assets. That's where whenever you download music from the store, then it goes to music assets. You can also like download sound effects and all that. So I have several assets here to use. I'm going to select one at least that's about 30 seconds because this video is 30 seconds, or just any. And the good thing with this is that you can actually listen to it before adding it to the timeline, so that you select the best considering the type of video that you have. Is it fast, is it slow, what is the mood? So you select that based on how your video is. So I am going to look for one that's about 30 or so seconds. So if we have this yeah, so if I like that, then I just add it to the timeline and it just comes with timeline that way, and click on the save button, and so that if you play it, you can actually like listen to that. So the thing with background music as well is that you can actually edit the levels, so that if you have someone who's talking in the video and you do not want the music to, you know, outplay his voice, then you can actually like change that in this editing here. So there is this tool, it's called the volume envelope. So the entire video is about like 100%. So if at this point, for instance, where the second video is beginning, I have a guest, for instance, someone I interviewed speaking, yeah, so I'll try to change the volume of the music. So I'll just come here and click on the plus sign, then it adds, you know, a point on the music level, and then I also add another one there and add another one there. Then on this third one I reduce, okay. I also reduce this one so that it's gradual, it's not just abrupt. So from there it starts going down, and then our guest then speaks, yeah. And you can do that across your video, okay. So and then the music, you know, the music goes low and your interviewing then speaks. So you can actually do that across the audio file, yeah, the music that you've added. So you can always reduce and increase the way you want across all your video if you need to add background music. So right now we have our 30 seconds video. So it's easy, it's fast, it's convenient, and in a very short time you have a video that you can actually use, a video that you can export and share it across the platforms. But now that is not done. So what we do, if you want to export this now, then you want to click on that sign, then it takes you to this platform. Now this is the place where you really want to concentrate, because it is highly dependent on how much space you have on your phone. Right now my phone is almost full, so I have about 2 GB free. So here you decide on the resolution that you want to export your video in. So for instance, I like doing full HD and 30 frames per second, and I like put it to the highest, okay. So that brings me my video to around 111 MB. I'm okay with that, but depending on the space that you have on your phone, you just look at this place at the bottom here. You will then need to decide. You can either reduce this or just do 720 and 25 frames per second. You see, that brings us to 49 MB. That's, you know, less than half of what we had when we were doing full HD and 30 frames per second. Then you click export. Now for those people who are using a free account, the video will upload with a watermark saying the video is made with Kinemaster. But what you can do is pay. So per month it's, I think, 500 Kenya shillings or 3,500 shillings per year to subscribe to all the features on the app. That's like all the premium features. So you have all the effects, all the music, and no watermark, yeah, everything on premium. Then you just subscribe and then you'll have your video. So I'll go ahead and export mine. It has issues because of that, but don't, yeah, so that will export. That way the video goes to my gallery, and I can then go ahead and share that video on whatever platform that I wanted to share it on. So guys, I hope this is really helpful. If you want more, then you can always reach out to us and we can do a more like detailed training on the same. So thank you guys for watching. Done.